so sorry about this. I'm in the middle of recording a pick a card reading. Um, this is going to have to be the continuation. I actually ran out of storage space on my phone and it cut out in the middle of the reading. So you guys are going to have to wait for, well, Pile 3 and Pile 4. Once the video uploads, you'll know what I'm talking about. But this will be the continuing reading for Pile 3 and then the start of Pile 4. This was a very deep, very good reading, and I do not want to lose this one. So I will be uploading part one will be uploaded today, and I'll make sure that I do that. But this will be like the part two. Yeah, the part two for Pals 3 and Pal 4. So I'm gonna set up my camera. Set up what I need to set up, and then I'll get back into the reading from where I left off. I'm so sorry about this. This is gonna suck. This is gonna suck. Is everything in frame? Let's move it that way, a little bit to the left. Yes. All right. I don't know what part the video cut out on me on, so I'm gonna just continue from where I left off with Pile 3. So yeah, Pile 3. You really learn to become more emotionally mature, more emotionally grounded in your mission, in your light worker mission, Pile 3. Like this was very powerful energy. You came to a point to where you're no longer sad, no longer feeling like yes, beautiful. No longer feeling sad or down or disempowered by your purpose, and you feel more so empowered and ready to go out there, ready to bring justice into the world, to bring balance, fairness, and equity back into the world, and to get back on your healer journey and mission. This was very powerful for you, Power 3, and a very, very powerful transformation. So now on the return, this is where you're going to be at the end of your journey. The Wondrous Universe talks a lot about being able to feel the power of the divine and the cosmos behind you, knowing that the divine supports you and that it loves you. And here you have overcoming obstacles. You can overcome anything. With these here being in your return pile 3, you learning just how strong and how powerful the universe is, how supported you are and how supported you have been throughout your entire life. And realizing that it's that support that allows you to overcome any obstacles. If you're not at this point yet, pile 3, this is where you're going to be. You're going to be unstoppable. Where, a true hero is what I'm hearing. Like I said, this has a lot of superhero undertones to it. And at the end, once you come out from the abyss, you're going to really realize how supported you are and how powerful you truly are, and not let anything hold you down and get you back. So I'm going to read the Sacred Traveler message for overcoming obstacles. So let me see. Where is it? Overcoming obstacles. Shit. It's in alphabetical order, Keenan. Why are you having such a hard time? I'm just more so distracted by the fact that I ran out of space. That really made me angry. So I'm gonna read the Sacred Traveler message. The Sacred Traveler wants you to know when the traveler encounters an obstacle on a path, the traveler understands that there are many ways to go beyond it. All you need is within you now. Like I said, with your connection to the divine. All the assets that you require to overcome this challenge are available to you. If you are blocked on one path, find another. This is a powerful time of developing your inner strength and fortitude. When you look back, you'll find that many inner gifts developed during this time. And yes, you once you look back, you'll realize just how powerful, how sacred you truly are, Power 3. Like you were really, really meant to come to this world. Your journey is to come into this world to heal and to help and to realize that you are supported by the divine and you are going to achieve everything that you want. The Wondrous Universe also talks about how abundant the universe is and how it gives. So even though you've been struggling, like here with like feeling accomplished and things of that nature, feeling abundant in your life, not having anything, you realize that the universe does give. The universe gives abundantly of not just money, but of life, of love, and of its light. And that's something that's very powerful and that can never be taken away or changed. Soul Power 3, if this reading resonated with you, please leave a like, a comment, share the video, and subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. If you want to support my channel, the way to do so is in the description box. You can donate decks from my Amazon wish list. You can book a reading with me. You can even choose to just donate money if you want to just do that through any of the methods and means there. So Power 3, thank you so much for your energy, for your love, and for being with me and bearing with me through this whole reading. I thank you for your time and your energy, and please be blessed. I can't believe this. I'm so mad. How did I run out of space? Must have been downloading too many apps. Alright. Bring this up to center. If you chose this full card, if you chose Power 4, then this reading is for you. So let's check. Let's take a look at your hero's journey, Power 4, and see what it entails. Alright, so Power 4. I really feel like this pile is my pile. This is the part of the life journey, the life path that spoke to me heavily. And I know this because my signature card here, the Alchemist, is here. So let's talk about our our life journey, our hero journey, Power 4. So Power 4. Your hero's journey is categorized by the athlete and the alchemist. The athlete talks about dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, development of personal willpower and strength of spirit, and the alchemist talks of transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. So Power 4, in a sense, your hero's journey is all about personal empowerment and like actually like really understanding the strength, the fortitude, and the magnitude of who you are as an individual. Your hero's journey, Power 4, is very unique. It's definitely a lot about like understanding, even though like all the other powers are like about understanding your own power, but in this one, it's like you are like your own benchmark. You are your own bar for your power, and it's like always trying to one up yourself. And I actually really like this energy. Like you are your own competition, Power 4. You are your own bar, your own benchmark. Like you constantly work and strive against yourself to be better, to be stronger, to push your willpower, and to like really test the strength of who you are, like in the strength of spirit. And strength of spirit is something that a lot of people don't really try to develop. A lot of people don't even think about strengthening their spirit, but that's something that's very important to you and on your journey, Power 4. Like you have to, your journey is like really set up for you to realize your strength of spirit. Because if you don't take the time out to like alchemize a lot of your failures, alchemize a lot of like things that happen in your life, you can very easily feel defeated. become suicidal, maybe even homicidal. Power 4, maybe even homicidal. Um, there's a lot of things here, Power 4, that really tells me that your hero's journey is all about being better than you were yesterday, becoming stronger, becoming better, like transmuting like your angers, your fears, your failures into success, into happiness, into abundance, and into peace. Like there is a great sense of spiritual power in this power. Like you are a spiritual powerhouse. Like if you chose power forward, that's one thing that no one can ever take away from you, and that's something that you should always remember. You are you're very wise, and you're very strong. Don't ever let anyone take that away from you. Your willpower is outstanding. At least that's what this journey is meant to develop in you. Outstanding willpower and outstanding strength of spirit and unparalleled wisdom. That's something that your journey is meant to inspire you. So what really called you to action was the fear that the light will bring judgment. With fear that the light will bring judgment, this tells me that one of the biggest things that called you into action was your fear of being seen, your fear of being in a public eye. I really get the feeling that Power 5, you really Power 4, you made yourself small all throughout your life. Like in the beginning of your life, you made yourself very, very small. You were afraid to stand out. You were afraid to have eyes on you because you didn't want people to see you. You didn't want people to see your failures. You didn't want people to like look upon your face. Like maybe you were someone that, always had low self-esteem. And this is what's coming in with the athlete card here. You probably had really low self-esteem. And that's from low willpower. So developing your esteem, developing your ability to stand in your own power became very, very important to you to develop the strength of your spirit. And this was like your call to action. You realized that you couldn't be afraid to be seen all your life, that you had an unmistakable and undeniable urge to step into the spotlight, to be seen, to be heard, to be felt. You always craved to be seen and be heard and be felt, Power 4. But there was always the bigger part of you that was afraid. What if people don't like what I have to say? What if people start making fun of me again? What if people just want to be rude and be mean to me for no reason? Like, what if no one even gives a damn about what I have to say? What if they think I'm stupid? What if they think I'm weird? I feel a lot of personal doubts and hang-ups happening here with this fear that the light will bring judgment. But that was just something that you felt like you needed to transmute and something that you needed to change about yourself. Because like I said, you don't shy away from a challenge. Like you knew that this was something that was like really haunting you, and you took it upon yourself to go out to face this and to like try to change and transcend the person that you were yesterday. You were probably someone that undergo a lot of transformation in their life. I'm really feeling really heavy Pluto energy in this reading. Pluto, 8th house energy here, especially with the alchemist and the athlete. Two cards to me that speak about transmuting and transforming. The athlete talks about transforming your physical limits, transcending them, developing your willpower, which is like transforming from one point to another, and your strength of spirit, which is like going from weak to strong. And the alchemist talks about changing base motives to gold wisdom. Like you really wanted to enrich and better yourself. And you did it because you want to be seen, you want to be heard, and you wanted to come out from under the shadows of other people that you felt shone bright. You didn't want to be trapped in their shadows for all their life. And this was a big transformative moment for you, Power 4. So the next thing we get is your call is the threshold. The beginning of your transformation came with failure to success. And this is funny because this is all about like the alchemist energy, transmuting your failures into successes. Learning to look at the things that you've seen as failures as like blessings in disguise, as success, as like growing and teaching moments. Like really transforming your perspective and your view was something that was like very, very powerful for you, Power 4. I'm gonna pull some tarot cards on this to get a little bit of a better understanding here. But I really get the energy of transmutation, of really realizing that things that you thought was like failures was like actually like true successes. The Three of Swords, it could have been a lot around like your relationships. The Eight of Wands really, really wanted to come out. And I'm gonna get one more. just so I can really get a clear sense of this energy and be able to read it even deeper. I get the sense that pressing on after disappointment, after heartbreak, and after betrayal was something that you really, really had to do. Turning those failures and looking at the bright side and really trying to see them as successes. Alchemizing what you learned. Yes, 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 yes. Learning your lessons and making a promise to yourself to be better the next time. Yes, the Emperor energy. Like this was something that you really, really strove for, really wanted to achieve, to really become the king of your energy, to be the boss of yourself, and to like really heal and transmute your energy. Because the star card is all about healing, about change, and about like coming out of rough moments, like better, stronger, and more powerful than ever. And this was something that was like very, very true for your life. And this was the beginning of your journey, Power Four. Already you started your journey off very, very strongly. But it could have taken you a really long time to get to this point, to get to the threshold. Like you probably stayed in this fear for a very long time in your life, not wanting to be seen, not wanting to be judged, not wanting to like really interact with the public or anything or things of that nature. That was probably really strong and really prevalent and really ruled your life for quite a long time. That's why when you did decide to take all these heartbreaks, this disappointment, that fear, and like really transmute it and like transform and move that energy, you did it in a very powerful and transformative way. That's why you had failure turning into success. That's why you had the Emperor and the Star card here, Power Forward. You were very, very powerful and very, very strong with transmuting your energy and like really making sure that you were better than you were yesterday, better than you were last year, better than you were last month. Ooh. I really feel a strong divine energy in you, very kingly as well, especially since the Emperor is here. You have a very strong, powerful, noble spirit, a very wise and ascended spirit, powerful. And the reason why you have that is because you're meant to shine in this life. You're meant to be somebody. You're not meant to be a nobody. And this is why, like, this fear of like being seen or being in the spotlight is something that needed to be overcome for you. It's why you felt spurred on by transmuting that these failures, what you've seen as failures into successes. So some of the challenges in your life is the coffin. The coffin here speaks of death, of endings, of things being past. And I really felt like this has a lot to do with like your life in general. You experienced a lot of loss. Even if it wasn't like death of people, it was just a lot of people like really coming and going out of your life. Like a lot of transient people I'm hearing. People coming in, staying for a reason and not for a season. And just like having to be like kicked out or just trying to really transfix themselves to you because they felt that you were going to be someone. They felt that you were going to be successful before you even did. And they really tried to affix themselves to you very, very early. And you had to put a lot of depth to that. But it was very hard for you because I got the feeling of like a very lonely energy. Like you were always by yourself. You didn't want to be seen by too many people. But you were starting to step into your power and heal. And you realized that a lot of people had to be put in their coffin. A lot of death had to happen in your life so that you can undergo change. Another challenge that you have is the cross. It's funny that like these are real challenges in Lenormand. The coffin is a very negative card. The cross is a negative card. Like the cross speaks of burden. Like this was not an easy path for you, Power Forward, by any stretch of the imagination. Like I really feel like the strong energy of relationships here. Relationships was like a really big and key thing, whether it's with lovers, with families, with friends, with your relationship to the public, to peer groups. It was something that was like very, very heavy and very much a burden. And one of the biggest challenges in your life is that you carry burdens. But I keep seeing like this muscle guy, this athlete here, hold up the cross. Like he's getting stronger and stronger and better at holding his cross and bearing his cross and like doing holding on to what he would call burdens and like as he's holding on to that cross the energy is like turning into light, Cause due to his nature as an alchemist, turning like those burdens into wisdom, turning those failures into successes, into lessons. Like you really did a really good job at that, but it was a challenging point in your life. Like the cross got really, really heavy to the point that it almost crushed you, Power Forward, before the alchemist side of you really kicked in, and learning how to like turn your burdens into wisdom, because you were very immature. You were probably really, really immature, stuck in a childlike mind or a childlike state for a very long period of time in your life. You really didn't quite, you wasn't quite mature. Even though, like, I'm not saying that you were dumb or anything, but you wasn't mature emotionally. I keep feeling, I heard emotionally stunted. Like, even though you really, really, like, had relationships, you had people like that, you never had anything that you felt was fulfilling. Like, you were always, like, very optimistic, very naive. You were naive. You're very, very naive in your life. You know what? I'm gonna save the tarot cards from here, and I'm gonna keep the challenges just like that. Like you were very naive in your life, Power Forward, and this was a very tough and a very extended period of your life, especially with the cross here. You had to go through a lot of death, a lot of betrayal, and a lot of burdens. And at your lowest point, Power Forward, you have Juno and Vesta. Juno is all about partnership. It's about balancing love life, and work. And the thing that I got here when I seen the Juno card at your lowest point was codependency. You was letting other people make decisions for you. You was judging your worth and your value based on how other people saw you, about how your boss seen you, about your financial success, about like your ability to attract successful people into your life. And you were also judging about your family, like what your family thought of you, like your hearth, your home, like how stable and secure you were with the Vesta card here. But actually, these are the energies at your lowest point. So at your lowest point, you were very in codependent relationships. You didn't really have anywhere that you felt that you can call a home, or anything like that. I don't know too much about Vesta, so once I find my star codes book, here it is. I'm gonna read Vesta. Vesta calls you to be a hearth fire, to share yourself for the benefit of all, but still have enough energy left to live healthily and give again another day. The second largest and brightest asteroid between Jupiter and Mars was named after Vesta, oldest goddess of hearth, home, the family, and the center of a strong community. The fire in her temple was never allowed to go out, and the fire in the hearth of every home was sacred to her. She did not get involved in politics or the misadventures of other gods. The challenge is here. Vesta warns you to share yourself rather than sacrifice yourself. Your hard work at holding the situation together may be ignored or taken for granted unless you know your worth. Here it is, like I said, trying to hold everything together, codependency, like really giving too much of yourself to your partnerships, to your relationships, to your jobs, not really like following yourself the way that you should. This at your lowest point, Power Forward, you were a self-sacrificer. You were someone who gave a lot of yourself, who just overdid it for not wanting to be negatively judged, for not wanting to be seen as less than, for wanting to be seen as someone as valuable. You gave too much of yourself. You did too much. You were too much of a self-sacrificer. You put yourself last, Power Forward. And that was something that you had to transmute and change and overcome in your life. And with the cross here, I get the feeling like that was very, very tough for you because you had a really rough childhood. You really didn't feel valued. You didn't really feel loved as a kid. No one really told you about how awesome, how special, how great you were. And you tried to find that in other people. The Ten of Swords. Yeah, this led to a lot of betrayal, a lot of heartbreak, and a lot of hurt here. There's codependency, there's overgiving, there's self-sacrificing. I'm hearing like you laid down on the sword for a lot of people. And all the sword cards that you got so far were the ones around pain and hurt, betrayal, and both relationships and love life and family and in friends. The Two of Swords. Really keeping yourself blind, held back, not seeing your power, not really seeing who you truly were and what you could be. How to. There was a lot of confusion, a lot of darkness in your mind, a lot of darkness that needed to be transmuted because you were afraid of the light. Because you were afraid of the light, you stayed in the dark. You stayed immature. You stayed small. You self-sacrificed, and you tried to find your value in other people instead of trying to find it in yourself. And that's what Juno challenges you to do: is to find the value in yourself, as yourself, and not as a partner or in a relationship or in a community. Find your value in yourself. And this was like where you were at your lowest: codependent, self-sacrificing, and feeling very unloved. Because we have the Five of Pentacles at the bottom. And then what came out was the Six and Seven of Pentacles. You see how this guy is turning his head but just giving this person like scraps? Like he has the pentacles above his hand and not in his hand going to that person. And this in the Seven of Pentacles, this person just wondering, wishing, and hoping like when things will come. This is how a lot of people left you, Power 4. They left you wishing and hoping, giving you the bare minimum while you gave every little bit of yourself to other people. And for the longest time, you were just sitting there begging, reaching, accepting those scraps, thinking that it was love, thinking that you found something that can make you feel, something that's going to allow you to like really be who you are. You allowing other people to describe you and shape you into who you are. Yes. While you sit here and wish and hope for something better, or dreamed of something better, but felt like it was always out of your reach, Power 4. This is where you was at your lowest point. But what triggered you to like really step into your power and to really be yourself was the Serpent card here. And I'm gonna read you the Serpent, Power 4. I'm gonna read the Serpent card flat out. When Serpent enters your life, you can be assured that creative energy is high. Like the phoenix rising out of the ashes, you have the ability to rise to any challenges at the moment. Serpent is associated with Kundalini, the energy of creation. You may have to shed a skin, having outgrown something in your life. Serpent power brings you to the gift of intimacy. Observe how you crave or avoid close contact with others, and whether your attitudes to your sexuality and or creativity requires integration. Let your power rise and express itself in all areas of your life, being as wise as the serpent with any directions you consider. Life force energy is now increasing. Be wise. And here it is: the shedding of the skin, the assessment of like your intimate relationships and things of that nature. Power 4. Your biggest and pivotal change is when you decide to leave the past in the past, to transmute your past into willpower, into strength of spirit, and into wisdom. And now that you've had all these lessons, had all these experiences in your life, you crawled up out of the abyss and you transformed your energy, or at least that's where you're supposed to go in this journey. Once you crawl up out the abyss and transform your energy and really realize that you are a fully realized human being, that you have the creative force of life behind you, that you can create the life that you want, that you can have the relationships that you want, and with the proper dynamic, this is like the transformation that's going to lead you into something and lead you into your return, and to the point to where you become a brand new person and you go back to your life and live your happily ever after. So let me pull some cards around the serpent, because Power 4, this is very powerful. Yes, the Fool card. Yes, you got the Fool card. This is a brand new beginning, a brand new shift, and a brand new change in your life, Power 4. This Serpent card, this transformation, that change in your life, that shedding of the skin is something that's going to lead you into a brand new way, into a brand new path in your life. And that's something that you have to trust the divine on and trust yourself with. Actually, more so trust yourself with. You have the power given to you and integrated into you, Power 4. You have the strength of spirit. You have the willpower. You have the wisdom at this point to like really just go on and like live your life brand new. No more being held by the past, being afraid to be seen, being in codependent relationships, learning to release the past, because that's how I always read this Six of Cups here, because this woman is sitting down, she's letting out the water and letting out the fishes in her cup. Learning to release it and let go and to start afresh and start anew. Let go of this cross that you've been carrying for other people, of being a martyr, of self-sacrificing, of laying down on a sword, of like being a cross bearer for people who don't deserve it, for people who don't value you, for people who are dead inside and dead in their spirit, for people who don't love you. You learn to like release that and step into your own power and create your own life. Now I'm gonna pull one more tarot card for this. One more for oh boy. I like this. The Four of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. What these two tell me is that you stop giving. That you really just like really learn to withhold your energy and to be more wise with the energy that you give. The Four of Pentacles is all about being stingy, but with the Four of Pentacles in reverse, I get the strong sense that this is telling me that you really learn to like hold even tighter to your energy. Like instead of just like holding like, relatively tight and being more secure with it, you're definitely a lot more like, oh, okay. You're more giving of your energy. But with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, it's like you're not just like out here giving willy-nilly. It's the same thing with the energy of the Four of Pentacles. You've learned how to be wise in your giving of your energy. You learn when to hold it and when to fold them and when to walk away. You really like matured. Yes. Because we also have the Justice, the Strength, and the High Priestess for you as well. You really learn to like give of your energy in a fair and balanced way. To learn how to create. To learn how to like really be someone that's brand new and to advocate for yourself in a fair and balanced way. You develop the strength of spirit and the willpower to advocate for yourself in a fair and balanced way, to not just accept scraps from people, to not just allow yourself to be used and be codependent on other people to define your worth. You found your inner strength and you found it from a place that's very deep inside of you, through your intuition, through your wisdom, through your knowledge, through your experiences. Here with the High Priestess and the Strength card here, you became a very powerful and very strong person through your experiences, through your trials and tribulations. And now you shed the skin of the past and you're walking into a period of your life where you're strong, where you're divinely connected and in tune with your intuition. And you know how to make fair and balanced decisions for yourself. You're no longer falling into the energy of codependency and like self-sacrificing for people who don't love you, who don't value you, and people who quite frankly see that you're self-sacrificing and want to take advantage. So on your return here, you have the gates of triumph opening for you. Success expands into your life and rainbow blessings. Blessings are showering your life. Now that you realize this stuff, realize that part about you and made that transformation and that shift and that change, you're going to see a big change in your fortune power forward. You're about to start seeing success open up in your life, more victory. You're about to start being showered with blessings. Now that you finally learned to stand up for yourself, you alchemize like your past and you turned your past into a beautiful, beautiful wisdom. And you're going forth in your life as a completed, powerful, vibrant, and wise spirit in this world. You are very rare. You are a very rare hero. And I don't think anyone has written a story about you yet, Powerful. I don't think your hero story is something that's been done before. You are a completely original character. Let's meet the rainbow blessings. You are an original story. I like that. Thank you, Father. You are an original story, Powerful. Blessings in all forms are cascading into your life, just as the rainbow has all the colors of the spectrum. So is every hue of your life blessed. This is a great time to start a project, initiate a relationship, purchase a house, begin a health program, start a new job, or change careers. Let go of hesitation and concerns. Whatever you dream of for your future, this is the time to start. You'll succeed. Know when a rainbow appears in the sky above or in an oracle deck. Have faith that the blessings are abundant. Count your blessings. Be grateful for ones received and know that many lie ahead for you. In the deepest sense, you are the blessing. In many ways, the rainbow is a messenger from the Creator, letting you know that all is well. This card can also indicate that it's time to add some color to your life. Paint a room, change the colors of your curtains, or simply spice up your life. Now I'm going to read Gates of Triumphs with what the sacred path, the sacred traveler wants you to know. Arriving in a foreign hamlet, wreaths of flowers are placed around the sacred traveler's shoulders. The townspeople celebrate and honor the traveler. The village elders know the challenges faced and overcome and are welcoming with open arms. If a situation knocks you over, get up and brush yourself off and discover what you've learned. You aren't a failure. If you fall down, only if you stay, you aren't a failure. If you fall down, only if you stay down. So keep going and believe in yourself. This is what true success is. Acknowledge your accomplishments in life. There are more than you imagine. Victory, good fortune, and triumph are at hand. These two messages of Gates of Triumphs and Rainbow Blessings are working hand in hand. You've overcome a lot in your life, Power 4. You've transmuted a lot of heavy energy. You've bared your cross, faced many deaths, ego deaths, spiritual deaths in your life. Your path was very challenging. It was the path of a martyr. Here it is. It was the path of a martyr, a very immature martyr, someone who thinks that really just sacrificing themselves and putting their value in the hands of how other people see them was truth. No, Power 4. You learn to be a fully functioning, independent person all on your own. And now you're being supported by the universe, being supported by life, and all blessings are rolling in by the end of your journey. Once you complete this lesson and go through this whole path and this whole journey, no matter where you are, at the end is success, blessings, abundant blessings, Power 4. You are meant to achieve, you are meant to be someone, and you are meant to have an abundant life and a life that you always dreamed of, Power 4. And this is what the Creator, what Father has to say to you about your hero's journey, Power 4. You are meant to achieve, you're meant to be someone because you have tremendous strength of your spirit. You've overcome so much. You have a great and wonderful heart, and you had to learn how to not let that heart be taken advantage of. How to be fair, to be disciplined with your giving and who you give yourself to. And learning how to take that darkness and not make it bitter, but only use your darkness and transmute it into wisdom, into even stronger life to support your spirit and to support your willpower. And because you went through this path and you did it with grace, with dignity, with strength, with integrity, you were a true emperor in your transformation and in your life. You've been made anew. It's time to shed your past, Power 4, and to walk into the gates of triumph, where the spirits and everyone else is there to welcome you, to celebrate you, and to really give you the love, the attention, and the affection that you truly deserve and that you've always been looking for in your life. Look forward to a brand new life full of abundant blessings and everything that you've ever dreamed of, Power 4, because things are about to happen for you in a beautiful way once you complete this journey and you go through these steps and these transformations. So, Power 4, if this reading resonated with you, please leave a like, a comment, subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. If you want to donate to my channel and support it, you can do so by donating money, donating a deck from my Amazon wish list, or booking a reading with me. Thank you so much for being with me, Power 4. Your energy is beautiful. If you're Power 4, please leave a comment so I can speak to my kin. And thank you, Power 4, and please be blessed.